Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Housewife Historian, and we are here to talk the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm going to be talking a little bit in code today because if you watch my channel and you watch my live, yes.
Is the plane going down? Are we gonna die? Why are you saying I'm salty?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Housewife Historian. We're here talking housewives and headlines. For folks that aren't always on Instagram and Twitter, I am here giving you guys all of the headlines that the housewives have been making. Before we get started, though, it's important to let everyone know that in this video, of course, everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes. But please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn your notifications on. We're going to be discussing several different housewives, but coming out of New Jersey, we have some serious headlines. A lot of press, a lot of press, not a lot of good press either, about Joe Gorga. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that are going around the internet, just so that everyone is up to speed, because that's the whole purpose of the Housewives and the headlines. We also have Erica Jane Girardi, who allegedly returned the wrong diamond earrings, and we have somebody else in the headlines also on the roster that we may speak about today. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the Real Housewives of New Jersey, only because this is really just flooding Instagram, flooding Twitter. Porsha Williams got married. Did you guys see that? She had a full Nigerian wedding. She's been in the headlines because of the wedding. Allegedly, there was no cameras there. Guests had to turn their phones in. They weren't allowed to take pictures or videos. And from what it looks like, everyone that attended was in Nigerian attire. We saw Giselle Bryant, which, interesting enough, it looked like Carlos King was her date. And we saw Monique Samuels from the Real Housewives of Potomac, which I think that would be interesting for Monique and Giselle to run into each other. And okay, so New Jersey. This is what has kind of started the ball rolling, okay? I'm just going to give it to you guys. This one is from All About the Tea, and of course, everything in this is alleged. It's an exclusive. Joe Gorga sued for over $30,000 over unpaid building materials, okay? Now, this is similar to what the rumors about Joe Gorga have always been, and that is that he, maybe he stiffed Home Depot and he has to have other people go in and purchase the lumber for him because they won't do business with him, or, some people get stiffed or they don't get paid. This has allegedly always been the rumors that have kind of circled Joe Gorga, but nothing ever serious, it seems like, that have come to light. I mean, he's been sued before, of course, but let's get into this a little bit. So it says Joe and Melissa Gorga are in legal trouble again, and this time it's over not paying for building materials. Now, you guys know they just moved into their mansion, right? So the Real Housewives of New Jersey couple recently completed building their Franklin Lakes, New Jersey mansion, but unfortunately, they can't afford to pay for their contractors, according to a new lawsuit filed October 17th, 2022. Now, here's a little bit of tea for you guys. Louis and Teresa are like right down the street from them. Like, they're gonna drive past each other's houses, probably. That's how close they are to each other. I'm gonna Google the addresses and show you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get back into this. Below is an affidavit of a service that shows a sheriff officer served legal complaint on November 14th at the new home of Melissa and Joe Gorga. Their home address has been redacted for privacy purposes. Joe's wife, Melissa Gorga, accepted services of legal complaint on November 14th at their new home in Franklin Lakes, which Franklin Lakes, of course, is the place to be. Now, here's another thing I like to point out to you guys. Joe Gorga's government name is not Joseph, it's like Giuseppe. So it's Giusepppe. So hypothetically, if you were ever doing research on him or trying to look him up, or you want to see times he's been sued, lawsuits, then that's the name that you're going to be using, because that's his government name associated with his social security number. According to the court documents obtained by All About the Tea, County Concrete Corporation filed a lawsuit against Morristown Loft Development LLC, which is owned and operated by Giuseppe Gorga, aka Joe Gorga. Giuseppe is Joe's legal name. So Joe owns the business, Morristown Lofts Development LLC. Now here's another little fact. Whenever COVID hit, and you can get an LLC relatively easy. I think you just like go online and fill out forms, and you pay a certain amount, and they provide you with an LLC. So a lot of times people will open up an LLC, and they'll run a business, and they'll run it right into the ground, and they'll owe everyone and their mother, and then they'll just go out and open up a new LLC and operate under that, and kind of let the other one just crash and burn and see what happens. Well, anyways, this concrete company, they want their money, so they're suing him, and they probably also they probably also have sold the story, I'm sure. And so it says County Concrete Corporation is suing Joe Gorga and his company for unpaid bills. According to the suit, between September of 2021 through January of 2022, the plaintiff, County Concrete Corporation, provided materials to the defendant upon information and belief these materials were utilized for various construction projects. The legal document continues that the plaintiff provided materials to the defendant with a value exclusive of financial charges of $30,000 to $30,264. The lawsuit describes how Joe Gorga received materials, ghosted the company who gave him ample time to make payment before they took the legal route, because companies don't want to take a legal route because it costs them money. If they have to sue you for money, then that means it's going to cost them money to sue you. It costs money to file paperwork at the courts. It costs money to have an attorney represent you. It costs time, which time is money. So, companies don't want to have to sue you in the end. They really don't want to have to sue you, but they will if they have to. And it says the plaintiff attempted on multiple occasions to contact the defendants and had defendant the amount of monies, failed to pay the monies to the plaintiff for materials. It said, So now the plaintiff, it demands judgment. So the plaintiff is the concrete company. They demand judgment against the defendant, which is going to be Morris Lofts Development LLC, aka Giuseppe Gorga, for compensatory damages, incidental damages, prejudgment, post-judgment interest, reasonable cost of suit, attorney fees, and such other relief as the court deems necessary and just. Basically for their time that they spent having to sue Joe and Melissa to get the money. The lawsuit was filed on October 17th, a month before Melissa and Joe moved into their new construction mansion. On November 18th, Melissa revealed that her family was finally moving into their new home. New beginnings. It's all happening. It's finally moving day, she captioned on an Instagram post, which showed her daughter, Antonia, next to several packed roadway moving boxes. Wish us luck. Can't wait to show you guys more of the new house, which we did see a lot of photos of her promoting, like the moving people that had moved them. In a complaint, the county also claims breach of contract, the arrest during judgment, interest, attorney fees. So what it's actually saying is the damages will far exceed the $30,000 that the company is seeking right now, because that's just simply what he owed in materials to the company. But with attorney fees and judgment interest and so on, it will be much more than the $30,000. So then this always goes back to, here we go, okay? This is not the first time Joe Gorga was not accused of paying his bills. As previously reported back in May of 2018, 2 years before COVID, Joe Gorga was busted shoplifting from it's Totowa, New Jersey, Totowa, New Jersey, Home Depot store. A local source confirmed exclusively to All About the Tea. Joe has a long history of shady businesses, all pointing to crooked pattern of financial dodgeball. In 2014, reports claim that Joe and Melissa owed $2 million to various contractors. The sources allege that Joe Gorga owned framers, painters, plumbers, electricians. He doesn't pay anyone. Stimulus social media rumors suggested that the couple bounced checks on regular basis and ignored payment plans. In January of 2017, Joe was exposed for shirking a commitment to provide 6 low-income housing units in one of his rental properties. They're getting a lot of bad press, guys. Let me keep going. In 2018, Starlight Windows sued Joe Gorga for failing to pay $17,058. The bill was owed to the company. The lawsuit was filed in April of 2018. Joe and Melissa were served with the papers on May 8th. The Real Housewives of New Jersey returns in early 2023 with Teresa and Melissa. Okay, I could go on and on and on about Joe and Melissa. That would be a video all in itself, which means we wouldn't get to see any other or talk about any other headlines that the housewives have been making. And we need to discuss. Teresa is in France right now. She's making headlines with Louis, and they have up and traveled to France. We have to talk about Erica Jane allegedly returning. Okay, we all know that she was deemed by the court that she had to return the earrings, and allegedly she's returned the wrong earrings. How does that happen? She must really, they must laugh at California officials. Like, do you think that people are just laughing at the California State Bar and the trustees, and they try everything first, like, okay, we will, appeal it, and when that doesn't work, we'll just give you a different pair of diamond earrings that are valued at less cost and you'll never know. I just can't believe that. It just seems so wild to me. What Erica, the audacity that she has. It's really wild. And then we have to talk about the fact that it's been released that Diana Jenkins did not donate $100,000 to these victims. So they've been victimized and used as press and publicity for Diana, allegedly. And she didn't even bother to pay the money. Somehow TMZ caught up with Lisa Rinna at the grocery store. Now we all say that, usually they call these people. They call the press. They tell the press where they're going to be, and the press shows up. But considering she has no makeup on and she's looking pretty rough, I don't know if she called him. Queens of Bravo posted, "The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills pause makes sense. It gives the cast a chance to regroup and live their lives. It gives the audience a moment to take a breather from a long season, and it breaks up the pattern of the Beverly Hills ladies filming in early spring instead of the typical winter holidays." I've always liked them whenever they film in the winter, though, but I'm sure that they would like to spend it with their kids in Aspen. We always see Kyle and Aspen for the winter. So that's that. And then I also wanted to talk about I'm going to be doing a video on the Real Housewives of Potomac. I have another part 3 coming on Tom Girardi, and then I'm thinking about doing something on the Gorgas only because there's so much out there right now. Their history is very long, and it's really boiling up with this season. So I just think that maybe it would be beneficial for some people if I kind of start at the beginning and work my way back. I found a lot of great articles and such, talking about the Gorgas when they first came on the show, and just a lot of different things that sometimes they get scrubbed from the internet. So it's always good to, you know, film and talk about them while they're there, because sometimes they can disappear. And then the last lady making headlines was Miss Porsha Williams, who was married to Simon Nigerian style wedding. Looks like all the guests were in Nigerian attire as well. We saw Giselle Bryant, we saw Carlos King, we saw Miss Monique Samuels and her husband. So allegedly the guests were not allowed to take their phones into the wedding or the reception, so nothing will be leaked. Allegedly, there were no cameras there, but of course, the photos will be sold to magazines and such. And it's possible that she could have privately filmed it and she'll sell the footage. We don't really know, but she did take the cover to People magazine in her Nigerian attire, and her dress was all red, which she accidentally showed everyone during a live video with her sister. It was in the background. Nobody cared anyways. She was like, oh my gosh. And at the same time that her and Simon are getting married, crazy enough, Fallon is announcing her second pregnancy with Jalen Banks, who allegedly worked for Simon, and that's how Simon and Fallon hooked up. But yeah, she did a cute TikTok, and it was actually kind of cute. Fallon did a TikTok, and it was like, when you're making your 5-year plans with your fiance, and then you find out you're pregnant or something like that. Like, it was cute. So she's gonna be having another baby, and I'm sure that Porsha is not happy that she's announcing it at the same time that Portia's getting married, because I thought we were gonna get lots of different weddings from Porsha. I thought she was gonna have 3 different weddings, but maybe not now. I don't know what's going on, but she's married, honey, so we're gonna see what happens. Let me know in the comments what you guys think is gonna happen with Porsha and Simon. I would love to know how long you think that their marriage is. It love forever, or is it 5 and out? What do you guys think? And do you want to hear more about Joe Gorga and the Real Housewives of Potomac? Because I'm going to do a video on it. I know some of you are interested and some of you aren't. So I also have another video coming, like I said, about Erica Jane Girardi, and I have lots and lots of photos from inside their mansion that you guys have never seen before. So stay tuned, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn your notifications on.